love these songs, 'cause they are good to
Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby.
I think we all know that Super Bowl ads cost quite a bit of money, and you would normally expect that these brands would go and create the most cinematically beautiful pieces of media to showcase their products. However, I recently learned that in the past, this has not always been the case. And so today I wanted to take a look at some of the most questionable Super Bowl and non-Super Bowl ads that have ever been aired on live TV.
Ching Ching, we have no customers, no sales. We're going out of business.
Ling Ling, I am not going back to the zoo.
Then we need a sales miracle.
Panda Psychic, help! We need customers. Tell Ling Ling to get 100 free sales leads at salesgenie.com. And stop eating the bamboo furniture.
Wow, look at all these sales leads. Thank you, Sales Genie. Hey kids, you want to go see the grizzly bears at the zoo? For 100 free sales leads, go to salesgenie.com.
How is this even a real ad? There is absolutely no way the marketing department from Sales Genie saw this ad and approved it. Because I don't usually get offended by like Asian stereotypes and stuff, but this ad made my jaw drop a tiny little bit. Because first of all, we start off in Ling Ling's Bamboo Furniture Shack, and it's a furniture shop in the middle of an urban city. Like there's no need for it to be made out of bamboo. Why couldn't we just use like regular buildings? And second of all, why is his name Ling Ling? I don't even think that's a real Chinese name. Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no Ling Ling. Like Ling is a last name, but I don't think anyone is called Ling Ling. And thirdly, why do the pandas have Chinese accents? I'm pretty sure they can live elsewhere in the world apart from China. It doesn't necessarily mean they're from China. Actually, wait, no. Apparently they only live in China. Anyways, our boss Ling Ling comes into the store and tells Ching Ching, which I think is his wife, that they're going to be going out of business because they sort of suck at selling furniture. But then Ching Ching tells Ling Ling that she is not going back to the zoo, but she's supposed to say it in a Chinese accent to sort of go along with the ad, but instead she ends up giving some sort of hybrid African Chinese accent.
Ling Ling, I am not going back to the zoo.
I am not going back to the zoo. But then Ching Ching calls her panda psychic, and at this point the panda psychic doesn't even bother attempting to do the Chinese accent to go along with the ad. Instead she says it in some like stereotypical American advert accent, and I don't know what this like scene is meant to be in the ad. I don't know whether it's meant to be like a stereotype regarding like Chinese people and their teeth. But anyways, Ling Ling ends up building a massive business because of this Sales Genie product, and they can even afford a car and they can go see the grizzly bears at the zoo. And then I guess this is meant to sort of lead into the next ad where like grizzly bears own their own shop and then they have to try to get out the hood, and then they use Sales Genie to do this thingy. Anyways, let's go check out salesgenie.com, this website, to see what it's about. Okay, so the website looks kind of mid, to be honest, no offense. Your source for unlimited sales leads, blah blah blah. Let's see how much it costs. Starting at $149 a month. That is a ripoff. What does this even do? I don't even understand what this is meant for. Let's see how much the company is worth. Okay, so they do $25 to $100 million in annual revenue. Okay, that is quite a lot of money. You know what? Maybe this company isn't so bad, but maybe this is the only mistake they've ever made in their history of marketing.
We love these songs, 'cause they are good to us. The Quiznos subs, they are tasty, they are crunchy, they are warm because they toast them. They got a pepper bar.
Quiznos new Santa Fe Trio subs with smoky chipotle sauce. Fried chicken, roast beef, or smoked turkey.
The Quiznos subs.
Quiznos. Toast.
What did I just witness? What is this? There is no way this company spent this much money on this ad. Because first of all, it is so blurry that I can't even read anything. The max quality is 240p. But we start off the ad in front of a Quiznos sub. I've never heard of this brand before. Quiznos sub? Is this like Subway? Anyways, we have a rat with human teeth and a pirate hat and a random hat over here playing the guitar. And they just keep repeatedly saying, we love the subs. Okay, so this is Subway. But this low-key looks like a Scratch project. Like, you know Scratch, like the game maker? It looks like Scratch or like a PowerPoint. Like the editing style is actually, it kind of reminds me of my own editing style. No offense to me. You know what? What if the son of the CEO of this Quiznos sub business, what if his son made his dad this ad for like a Father's Day gift? Sort of as like a troll. Actually, not really a troll, but like a loving gift to the father for Father's Day. And then the dad decided, you know what? Let's just run this. Let's just run this as an ad, see what happens. And then it ended up going viral because even on YouTube, it has 1.1 million views. Because they say any attention is good attention, even like bad attention, like, right? It's like any press is good press. Anyways, the subs like look pretty decent. Like if this wasn't so blurry, maybe I'd be able to see what they look look like, but I feel like overall this ad has a certain like charm to it. I feel like it's quite a unique ad. You cannot deny that this ad will like grab your attention. Like this does catch your attention. But as part of the advertising campaign, this rat tells us that the subs are warm because they toast them. I don't know like how else they would get warm apart from toasting them, but maybe 17 years ago the toasters weren't invented yet, and so maybe this was like a really good thing to advertise. Maybe it was like a scientific breakthrough for the time. But let's just search them up to see whether they are still in business. Oh, okay, they're still here. Okay, their website looks a little bit like okay, no offense to them, but it's like a little bit of a bad website, to be honest, because why does this first image take up my whole screen? I can't see anything else apart from this thing. But anyways, let's just check their menu. We have the lobster. Oh, we have lobster. Okay, but how much is this? Okay, I don't think I'm able to order it online or see the price because it knows I'm from Australia. Oh my gosh, this one looks horrible. No offense. It looks like cat vomit, tuna melts, pickles. Okay, interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use a VPN to try get into the menu. I need to see this menu. Let's just have a look at their classic Italian, their classic thing. $10. Okay, you know what? That's actually not too bad, I don't think. I can't even remember how much Subway costs. So maybe the reason why their ads look like this is because they're not charging enough for their products. But apparently in 2007, at its peak, it was doing $2 billion in annual revenue. And I think this was one of the ads they ran in 2007. This ad generated $2 billion in annual revenue. That is insane.
Man, I might just chill tonight.
Puppy monkey baby. 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 Puppy monkey baby.
Mountain Dew Kickstart. Dew, juice, caffeine.
What is this abomination? It's a puppy head with a monkey body and then baby bottom. That is disgusting. But how does this even like relate to the ad at all? Because the guy says he wants to chill tonight, and then all of a sudden we have the puppy monkey baby come out with the Mountain Dew. Because I understand how the puppy monkey baby relates to the Mountain Dew product, but how does this all relate to the fact that the guy just wants to chill tonight? Anyways, this abomination starts dancing on the table like a stripper for some reason, and then it even goes up to this guy as if it's a stripper as well. And then around this point, like the backing track sort of like sounds a bit like that Squid Game song for some reason.
Puppy monkey baby.
But then they try to explain the puppy monkey baby and how it relates to the product by saying it's 3 awesome things combined. And then we get introduced to the product, which I don't think I've ever heard of before. Mountain Dew Kickstart. I've heard of Mountain Dew Energize, but I've never heard of Kickstart. Was that even in Australia? No, we can't get that in Australia, I don't think. The only way to get it is from eBay, because they only stock Mountain Dew Energized at our supermarkets. I don't even know whether the product has been discontinued or not. Like, can you guys get it in America still? Actually, wait, it says you can get it from Walmart, so maybe they still do sell it in America. But why would you buy this? Wait, people are scalping this for 173 Australian dollars if they're trying to sell it in Australia. Surely it's not that good that someone would want to pay 173 bucks for this. But what's the difference between this and then the normal Mountain Juice? Why would you want this so much? Because isn't Mountain Dew Energized caffeinated already? And so this is just the same thing, isn't it? Or maybe this is just the energy drink, like the super energy drink version of it. People are saying that Kickstart isn't even an energy drink, but it's a highly caffeinated soda. But then what's the difference between this and then Mountain Dew Energized then? Absolutely no way somebody from PlayStation saw this ad and thought to themselves, yep, this is good to go. Let's ship this out. I feel like anyone could tell that this is like just not a good ad, because I don't know how they can sort of think to themselves, yeah, there's no way anyone is going to be creeped out by this. Or maybe that was the strategy to begin with. Maybe they wanted so many people to be creeped out by it that like everyone would be talking about it. But anyways, it barely makes any sense at all. And like there's barely any story to the ad, because we start off in a room with a baby in one corner and then the PlayStation 3 in another corner. And then I feel like this is like a interrogation room or something, but it's just so confusing trying to figure out what the story is here, because we just keep getting back and forth shots between the PlayStation and then the baby until suddenly the baby starts crying and you can see gameplay footage in its eyes. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I figured it out. The baby is crying because it can sort of recognize, it can sort of see into the future, and it can sort of recognize that now it has the PS3 in its life. Throughout the next 10 years, this baby is going to end up wasting so much of its time playing all of these video games that you can see in the eyes, and it's going to completely sort of ruin his life and destroy his social life, and then he's going to end up up being some random Discord mod. I think that might be the story here. Because why would they use a baby here instead of like an adult? Because the baby has its whole life to live. And so maybe like this PlayStation is going to become an integral part of its life so much that it sort of takes over its life. And so the baby doesn't really live a normal life and instead just spends every single day playing on the PlayStation 3. Because the slogan is play beyond. And so maybe it means play beyond your limits. And maybe it's sort of saying like it's okay to sort of live your entire life playing video games and like not having a social life at all. Anyways, let's just try to see what people online have been saying about this ad. We did have the PS4 ad recently where they were beating hearts and each of them were connected to a PS4. What? Wait, beating hearts connected to a PS4. Sign in to confirm your age. It's an age restricted. What? Why would YouTube age restrict PlayStation's ad? Okay, apparently these messed up commercials are considered normal in Japan, but okay, interesting. So maybe this is just meant to be a normal ad. Like maybe there's nothing wrong with this ad.
There's good reason for my glistening skin and how I shine and how my pores are so clean. I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet. I spring from activity to activity. I love my job. I love my life. When you eat little baby's ice cream, you'll wink and nod and hug and high-five each other with great enthusiasm. This is a special time. Little baby's ice cream.
There are so many questions that I want to ask here, but first of all, I've seen this video before, but I never realized that it was an ad for something. Like, I didn't realize it was an ad for a product. I thought it was just like some random like lost media video that existed for no reason on the internet. But at least now I have some closure that this is meant for Little Baby's Ice Cream. It's a company. But we start off with some man just completely drenched in melted ice cream, and he doesn't even say anything the entire time. It's just background narration in the background. But this could be another one of those strategies where like the only goal is to just creep out the person as much as possible so that the ad is just memorable. I wonder how much he got paid. How much would you want to get paid if to do this? Because that wouldn't be too bad as long as like you can have a shower straight afterwards. It's sort of like getting oiled up, but like not with oil, but with ice cream. So you know what? I actually wouldn't mind this. Maybe I'll do it for free. Maybe I'll do it for charity. Because imagine being all like oiled up in like ice cream and just like all being all slimy and just being able to like slip and slide everywhere. Anyways, he says there's a good reason for my glistening skin and how I shine, how my pores are so clean, and it's because he eats baby's ice cream. But it says on the internet that you should avoid eating ice cream because it can damage the elasticity of your skin. And also it says ice cream is bad for acne as well. Anyways, he drops a website at the end of the ad, and so I want to see whether they're still in business. Okay, yeah, they're not in business anymore. What happened to them? Actually, no, I typed it wrong. Actually, no, this one, wait, is it? Wait, it's still, what? Is Little Baby's Ice Cream even a real thing? Wait, on Wikipedia it says was. Closed in 2019. So it was a real ice cream place. Huh, I wonder whether anyone actually tried it. I mean, the Instagram account looks pretty normal. It literally looks like a regular ice cream place. How do we go from this to this? This doesn't make any sense.
Give me a Bud Light. Must be hot in that suit. Telling me. What?
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Hey, can I get one of those hot dogs?
I don't think so. Make it a Bud Light.
Wait, where did he just drink the beer? Don't tell me he just stuck that up his guy ass. I don't even know how this ad even relates to the product, because clowns aren't known for drinking beer, are they? Because it looks like at the start there's some sort of clown festival or something, like some progression happening in the streets, and then the clown somehow escapes and he goes into this random pub, a bar. But why does he have to be upside down? There's no need for, actually, you know what? Since the product is called Bud Light, they wanted the clown to drink the beer through his butt light. Okay, that doesn't even make any sense. But then at the end, he even asks to get a hot dog to eat. And then, okay, I assume he's gonna put it down there as well. That is insane. Wait, but when they're all reacting to the clown drinking the beer up his butt, why does this guy kind of look like he likes it? Why is it sort of turning him on? actually seen this video so many times, but I never actually realized that it was an ad. Because I swear this is like one of the most shared like Instagram reels of all time. Whenever you see this frame, like if you see this frame, you know to just click off the video because you already know what's going to come up next. But imagine seeing this on TV for the first time. Like it's just like peaceful video. It starts with a fade in from black and it has some peaceful music in the background, just following a random car throughout the beautiful scenery. Like look how beautiful this looks. And then all of a sudden you get jump scared by some random zombie. And so I think this is a German ad for a coffee company, Kaffee. But what does this say? This is what they say after the jump scare. So much was there not vni. So I'm gonna guess it means so washed down that you can't even taste the coffee. You've never been so washed before. What does that even mean? Oh wait, I think I typed it wrong. You've never been so awake. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So maybe they're saying the coffee is so caffeinated that it will wake you up as much as like as if you got jump scared. But I think that's a pretty decent ad. Like that you can't deny. That is a pretty decent way to sort of showcase the effects of your product. So let's just have a look at the website to see whether it's still alive. Okay, apparently the business has gone out of business. The company was closed in 2010. Okay, damn. I guess you could say they blended in too much and got roasted by their competition. Not funny.